Hello and welcome to Gator Spotlight. We're excited to have our next guest, which is one of the OG Gators in the Gator community. He's been involved in real estate for many years and very successful, and that is Alonzo Zoe Guzman. So, without further ado, let's bring Zoe up here and see what Zoe knows. Hey,
Love
Zoe,
that.
how are you, man?
I'm good, Tim. Yourself?
Good, good. So I know you told me you're kind of stuck in LA traffic. Wow, that's crazy, right?
Yeah. It
You
never
you
gets
live.
old. I've been here for 46 years and it never gets old, man. Never gets old.
Wow, yes. And I've visited LA, but I've never lived there. But that's one of the things that traffic is just nuts. We tried to go for Tommy Burger, which was just like 4 miles away, and I think it took us an hour and a half. I'm like, what the heck? And yeah,
Yeah. No, it's intense. There's a saying here. It's like I said, you're either an hour early or 2 hours late. You're never on
there you
time.
go.
You're never on
There you
time. Yeah.
go. Yeah. Well, hey, thanks for giving me a few minutes of your time here on our Gator Spotlight show. Really appreciate you coming on.
My pleasure.
Let's get to it. How did you get started in real estate? What was your start with that?
My start in real estate, really jumping into real estate, actually was by chance, to be honest with you.
Okay,
I still work. I have a W-2, a VP of sales for a medical supply company.
great.
I have a small business as well. And back in 22, when everybody was telling us like the world's going to end, right? Unemployment was going to be double digits, and we got to scale, and the worst was coming, the recession.
Right.
I went out and looked for something to help me kind of just stay afloat, I guess. Not lay off anyone, just kind of weather the storm that was going to happen.
Yeah.
So I went out and looked out, went online, and I found Grant Cardone, Mr. Grant, and he bought his little sales funnel, marketing, all that good stuff. I
Yeah.
tried it. It doesn't work. It is what it is. But the great thing about that though is, as I guess all the algorithms led me to Pace. All of a sudden, Pace kept jumping onto my feed. Just Pace,
There
Pace,
you go.
Pace, 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 Pace. I'm like, who is this guy? I everybody knows Grant. Everybody knows. I even knew Ryan Pineda and Jerry before,
Oh wow.
Pace.
Okay.
And so
Yeah.
as you go down that rabbit hole and I get enamored by the guy. I even told him when I saw him, like you kind of man crush a little bit. You hate to say that, but you kind of go through that whole entire that roller coaster of emotions, right?
Yeah.
And then so I initially called. I was convinced of Soul on Creative. There was no Gator at that point. It was just a sub two mentorship. So I called to join sub two.
Hmm.
But
Okay.
with my job and the demand and the kind of person that I am, there was no way I would survive it. It was just too much work for me. I'd go crazy.
Yeah.
So I felt like I lost out on that opportunity. Gator opened up about 2 or 3 weeks later, and I'm like, you know what? This is my chance.
Ah,
God's saying, hey, you know what? This is your chance to get in. So I jumped in the mentorship, not really to be an EMD funder or transactional lender or micro lender. I just want to be part of the community. Because I knew creative was the way to go.
yes.
And long story short, I did that. I started doing some transactional lending. I really got the hang of it. I kind of liked it, so I went deeper into it, and just build out a brand, I guess you can say, and a following in my year and a half of doing this. And now my biggest thing now is just trying to help younger Gators kind of get their feet wet, kind of be their,
Right.
try to use me to be a cheat code to kind of
Yeah.
kick down that learning curve for those that want
Mhm.
to get in there and get started. So that's kind of how it all happened. Really, honestly, by chance, just by chance, man. Seriously.
That's great. That's great. Funny, a similar story here. My wife got plugged into wholesaling through a women's wholesaling group, and then through that, and again, the algorithms and everything. And like you said, God kind of directs our paths sometimes in the
Yeah.
direction He wants us to go, even through that, even through social media. And we found Pace, and then got excited, joined Gator first, and then joined Sub Two.
So,
And yeah, it's the community that's the biggest thing. Pace is a great guy and he's a great teacher, but the community is where the value is. Working with people like you who are willing to help new people get started, so that everybody can win, right? And that's what it's all about. So
you take
thank you
the
so
words out
much.
of my mouth, brother, because that's exactly what I tell people. Pace is the mastermind that orchestrated this, but and kudos to him for doing that.
Yeah,
But I am where I am today because of you in the community. 100%. It's because of them.
yeah,
So I'm 100%, on board with everything that you said because it's 100% true.
appreciate that. So,
Yeah.
so besides helping new Gators get started, what's your focus? What are you doing in the space to make money
Yeah.
yourself?
So, last year, 2023 was the year of the lend. That's what I call it, right? Was out there lending, making money, and trying to 5x, 10x your capital.
Yeah.
And now this year, I'm really focused on acquisitions. So I'm now venturing
Okay.
into. I think again, the reason why I was drawn to the community was
Yeah.
to hold property assets and start the generational wealth and the portfolio and all that good
Yeah.
stuff, right?
Right.
This year, I'm doing that. I am in the process of building out a fund, which I feel like everybody's doing funds nowadays, but I'm
Yes.
doing a fund.
Oh,
Yeah, and we're going to get that structured, with all the regs taken care of, but probably be a Reg C to get started. And then I'm going to go on a massive cap raise campaign and raise capital because my focus and what I want to do with that fund is my primary market is Puerto Rico. So I want to invest in Puerto Rico on the
okay.
hospitality side, and then also I do want to try to get some affordable housing, Section 8 type of housing for those locals on the island, because there's a real big need for housing for them.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna try to use whatever I can, money, influence, whatever it can be, to empower me and my investors, my partners that come in to make money on the island, but also I do want to empower those that are on the island as well too. I don't want to take away from. I don't want to price them out of paradise. It happens too often in other
Right.
places, So
No, that's great. I love Puerto Rico. My wife and I did a cruise out of San Juan for our honeymoon, and we loved it. Great place, good people, and yeah, there's a lot of opportunity there. That's great. Hey, I got to give a shout out because again, we're networking, right? And that's the whole thing is part of this, learning how to use this community to help other people and to get ahead yourself is just constantly meeting people and networking people. I met with a guy tonight. And he's like, tell him I said hi. So I'm going to mess up his name here. Roko Zinski.
I know Dan. I know Dan. Yep, I know that guy. Yeah.
Just met with Dan tonight. He's another guy that lives here in Arizona with me, and it's crazy. We found out that his wife went to the high school that I teach at right now.
Oh
How
my
about small world, right?
god, small world. And
Crazy.
now we're rubbing elbows in Paces community. Yeah, I know Dan. Dan's been reaching out a lot to me in your Gator and trying to just
Yeah,
get some insight, some another set of eyes on some deals and stuff like that. So I love helping Dan out. Yeah.
absolutely, absolutely. Well, thanks for helping him and making all the connections and stuff.
Oh,
So
my
let me just
pleasure.
ask you this: what advice would you give to a brand new real estate investor, wholesaler, especially Gator, I guess, because that's your focus? Um, what kind of advice would you give?
My biggest advice, honestly, is get out of your comfort zone. Is
Okay.
take off the blinders. Is
Hmm.
go out there and network. Is go out
Hmm.
there and brand yourself. Is be comfortable with uncomfortable. It's all of that. Get in rooms that you feel like, even I still do it to this day as I'm building out my fund. I'm in a room with people that are managing millions of dollars in their funds, and it's
Hmm.
way above my pay grade, right? But like Pace says, the only way we're going to achieve that is if we put ourselves in that position, and we're going to. It's just natural that you're going to grow because of proximity, right? Because
Yeah.
you're in the know, and you're going to grow. So you
Yep.
challenge yourself. So that's what I would say: is get comfortable, get very comfortable and comfortable. Be open to pivoting, to evolving is the biggest word. Is
Yes.
I every step along Gator, I've evolved from just being the transactional EMD guy to being a
Right.
PML guy to being a
Yep.
connector to being a resource, a visionary, everything. And I just been evolving, to trying to find my final version of me.
That's awesome.
So that would be my biggest thing: is take off the blinders. I know we joined an EMD program, and EMDs are there, but we all know they're hard to get with
Hmm.
so many people trying to get them. Not to say they're not there, but everyone's
They're
looking
there.
for a passive income, and EMD really isn't as passive as we would like.
Right.
But just take off those blinders and know that there's so many other opportunities within this community to make money. You can come in as a Gator and do connecting, you can do underwriting, you can do so many other things. So just again, be open minded, go out there and just cast your net as wide as you can, talk to as many people as possible, and then as you start having those conversations, naturally you're going to scale it down to your little tribe. And then you'll have
Yeah.
your nice little tribe of people, like minded, that are wanting to achieve the same thing as you are. And then at that point, you guys will be unstoppable and all your superpowers will be all joined together and you'll be doing killer and amazing things. So that would be
Awesome.
my advice. Yeah.
Thank you. I appreciate that. Well, I'm definitely living out what you're talking about in terms of trying to get out there and meet more people, networking all over the place, in-person networking here in Phoenix, getting on Zooms, obviously the community Zooms that Pace offers. I met up with JJ. He's the one that gave me your name and said, reach out to Zoe. So
JJ's a rock star.
JJ has a networking mastermind. If you guys did not see my last Gator Spotlight, check it out. JJ's information's in there. Jump in there. That's a great way to get networking fired up. And also the pivot thing. I was going to ask you, when you mentioned exactly what I was thinking is, when you first get started in Gator, you're thinking, yeah, I'm just going to do transactional lending and I'm going to make, 5-10 grand a month. And, but what you find is, okay, yeah, there are deals, but it's kind of a red ocean. Like there's a lot of Gators waiting for those few EMDs and jumping all over it. Whereas, now I'm pivoting to learning from guys like you about PML, private money lending, because that's a huge blue ocean right now. Everybody needs and wants PML, but we have to make sure that we're doing it right to safeguard the
Correct.
borrower, to
Correct.
safeguard the lender, and to safeguard the connectors and the people who are bringing the deals together. So, yeah, appreciate you and appreciate that. That's perfect advice for where people are at right now in this community.
And JJ's a rock star. I gotta say that JJ's my brother. I love him to death, and he's welcomed me with open arms, and I'm humbled by it because he is truly an awesome and genuine person. So I love JJ. So if JJ sees this, I love you, JJ. I'll see you soon.
I'm sure he
And then
will.
also too,
He's
tip.
been
I'm
following
gonna
me.
be in
So yeah.
Arizona next week, so at the Golden
Oh,
Ticket event. So yeah, we should get together and
awesome.
have yeah have some
Well,
lunch or
I'll tell
something.
you what, I'm not bitter. I'm not bitter, but my wife got a golden ticket. My wife got a golden ticket and I
Oh,
did
she
not.
did.
Now, I was promised one for the next go round, and I'm going to hold you to that, Pace. Yeah, so you'll get to meet my wife, Marcella Clark. So make
Awesome,
sure you
awesome.
introduce yourself.
I
But yeah,
will.
let's plan on while you're in town. Let's connect. Let's get
Yeah,
together. If
let's
there's
do
any
it.
time, I know how Pace is. That golden ticket thing. He's going to have it clocked from 5 a.m. to midnight. But it's
Yes.
okay. We will find some time. That'd be great. And I was going to say, the next time I'm out in LA, I want to get together with you and JJ, and the three of us will go have some fun, do something.
Dude, that will be a party. JJ is well connected over here in LA. We'll find a nice
Yeah,
little restaurant. Yeah, it'll be nice. It'll be fun.
that'll be awesome. That'll be awesome. Well, hey, thank you again, sir. Zoe, appreciate you so much. Hey, if people want to get in touch with you, if they want to follow you, connect with you, pick your brain for your wisdom, how can they get a hold of you? What's the best place to get a hold of you?
Best places are my platforms, my social platforms, which is my Insta, which is Zoe underscore knows underscore, and then at
Okay.
Facebook, just Zoe Guzman.
There you go, right there, guys. Please reach out, follow Zoe on Instagram, Zoe knows, and then also make sure you friend him on Facebook and send him a message. Let him know who you are. Don't just friend him. Send him a message. Let him know who you are, so he'll approve your friend request. Uh, Again, great having you on the show, and we look forward to you meeting my wife when you come for the golden ticket in just a short time here. And then also we'll stay in touch. I might be calling you personally to ask you some advice too on the PML thing. So,
Always, my line is always open for you, Tim. Reach out,
hey,
no problem.
thanks, Zoe. Appreciate you so much. We'll see you soon.
All right, take care, brother. Bye, guys.
All right. Bye. Drive safe. All right, guys. Well, that'll do it for tonight's Gator Spotlight. Thank you for joining us, and tune in next time. We got more great guests coming up. Oh, and like and subscribe if you haven't already.